Capote, and we're back with another quick deck profile. So if you want to watch the in detail version, which is more geared towards people who don't really know how to play the deck but are wanting to get into it, maybe you're a beginner at Yu-Gi-Oh, maybe you're just like, hey, Dark Magician's like one of my favorite cards when I was younger, and the deck looks cool, and I don't care that it's really expensive for no reason, because it actually sucks, but it's expensive because people like Dark Magician. And hey, here's the spot for you. So we're going to go over some card choices. In this quick version, I'm not going to go over explanations on why, like ratios or what the cards do or anything. It's just I'm going to give you the numbers, and you can like fly away just knowing, like, hey, that's what this guy thinks. And but if you want to know why I choose every card, why I play the ratios that I do, why I think it's a good card in the format, then go check my other video. It'll be down in the link below. Anyway, let's get into this. We're playing 2 Dark Magicians because 3 is bricky and that sucks. 2 Timaeus because Dragoon is really cool. So Timaeus the Night Dragon. It's one of the newer cards and came out in Burst, no, Battle of Chaos. 2 Dragon Keeper of Magic because it searches Poly and it gets you into Dragoon with 1 card basically. 2 Rod because it's searchable, not 3 because it is searchable and it searches any spell or trap in your deck basically. 1 Dark Magician Girl because Soul Servant can draw 2 and you want to do that a lot. 3 Apprentice Illusion Magician because it searches Dark Magician and is a free special summon for whatever jank you want to do. 3 Magician Souls because it's one of the best cards in the game and it's busted in this deck. It basically gets you 2 draws and a Dark Magician in the graveyard if you don't already have it in your hand, which is really cool. So Illusion of Chaos searches literally every monster that in this deck. And it recycles itself or gets rid of bricks that you don't want. So Illusion of Chaos, I would play 3, and I would honestly switch out something else in the deck, like up to you. But if you have 3, play 3. I only play 2 because I don't want to pay $30 for another one, because I'm building other decks right now, and I think 2 is good enough. And it's not like my competitive deck anyway. It's like it's one of my favorite decks for sure, but it's not really the most competitive, it's good, but it's not the best. So I prefer Heroes. I'm a hero guy, so Dark Magician's my childhood, but Heroes is always have a special place in my heart. Then 2 Super Polys because it's good against so many decks, and Albaz dies to it, especially since you can summon your Dragon Master Knight, or not Dragon Master Knight, the Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, and you can summon Dragoon with it with your opponent's Mirror Jade because it is a dragon. Then 3 Soul Servant because, again, it basically searches every card in your deck, and it but not really. I mean, sort of. It does it a little, but like not really. 2 Magician's Dark Magical Circle because I don't think 3 is necessary. You can search it so easily now, and you just have so much draw power in this deck. You don't really need a lot more. You don't really need the add off the circle. Most of the time, it's just a hindrance to have 2. And if your opponent gets rid of it, then you can always search the second one. Well, at least most of the time. Then 1 Magician Salvation because having more than one of this is bad in the deck, but it's still a really good card. And usually you send it off of souls, but if you don't, 1 Poly because it's good and it's searchable off Keeper Dragon Magic. 1 Secrets of Dark Magic because it's searchable by every other card in your deck. 1 Change of Heart because it's busted. And it comes up a lot more than people think. It's like, yeah, I know this is a going first deck and Change of Heart's a going second card, but it's just so good late game and so good in like your top deck scenarios, which happen a lot with this deck. If they clear your back row, you're kind of screwed. Like, just a way to get back into the game like this is really cool. 2 Eternal Soul because it's really searchable. It's like, and you can't really use 2 in a turn, so you never really want to set the other one if you have it in hand. You do want to keep it in hand. Don't send it off of souls because that would just screw you over late game, unless you have Soul Servant, when then you can stack it back on top of your deck. But that's really good. Now for the Floodgates and like tech choices. I mean, all of these are just my opinion on what's good, but yeah, whatever. If you want to see why, then check out the other video. Anyway, 2 Ice Dragon's Prison because I think it's insane. It's insane against Albaz. It's insane against Sword Soul. Sword Soul plays all worms, and Albaz needs their Albaz in the graveyard to be able to do anything, basically. So they can summon their Lebellion. They activate their Lebellion. In fact, you flipping chain this thing, take their Albaz out of their graveyard. They can't do anything for the rest of the turn. And even if they have anything, like they might be able to go into Guardian Chimera, but like Yeah, not really. A lot of the time they can if you Ice Dragon's Prison their Albaz. And also it's a dragon, so you can just get rid of the Lebellion too. But honestly, you shouldn't do that because then they can use the Albaz for fusion material and chain their effect, and then it'll be a whole mess. But you can. Then 2 summon limit because it kills most decks in the format. 1 skill drain because I do not have more and I do want to buy more, especially at the price they're at for the flipping commons. Like I have this because I traded for it when it was like $3 back when I first started, and I thought it was really cool that it was Lost Art. So anyway, 3-dimensional barrier because it kills Sword Soul, Plunder Patrol if you know the extra deck cards well, which one of the guys at my locals actually let me just gave me the cards to build like half the deck. So like I've been trying to get into Plunder Patrol. And so now I know the attributes and everything, but if you know the attribute on their field and in the graveyard, you can basically telegraph what card they're going to go into, especially which card hurts you that they can go into. If all else fails, it's just called Fusion, so they can't go into the best card in their deck. But it's really good against Albaz, good against Plunder Patrol, good against Sword Soul. So why not play 3? Then Anti-Spell Fragrance, you could change this for basically anything, maybe 2 more Skill Drain and 1 more Illusion of Chaos. I just think it's really good because spell cards are really necessary. If you can usually interrupt the Sword Soul player enough to where they, like, if they don't have emergence, they're basically screwed. And yeah, and if you have this on field, then they can't use emergence. So or they just have to like use one of their negates on this, and they can't really do anything. Like even Ghost Ogre, you just activate the card, right? It has no activated effects on field. So even if it is a continuous trap, you can they can't go. I don't think they can Ghost Ogre. I might be wrong, and if I am, then I'm just being stupid. But from what I can tell, if you activate the card and it has no activated effect, it's just a floodgate effect, they can't Ghost Ogre it. Or at least that makes sense to me. But anyways, Anti-Spell Fragrance, good in the deck. Now let's go on to the extra deck. So 1 Nightmare Unicorn just to get things off the field, and it also has a good effect. 1 Big Eye, I would switch this out for a 2nd Dragoon, but I don't have a 2nd Dragoon because it's expensive. 1 Ebon Illusion Magician, honestly I'd switch this over the Big Eye just because you don't play a 3rd Dark Magician, so it's like good. And it's a way, if you link this off, it's a good way to like get cards off the field. That's mainly what I use it for now, but this could honestly be anything else. I would switch it for another Dragoon or another Dark Magicians, or not, Dark Magicians. 1 Appaloosa, because you can get into 4 monsters pretty easily over time, and like Appaloosa late game is just basically win. Then 2 Dark Magicians, I would switch one of these out for another Dark Magicians, but this card's really expensive right now, so there's 2 of these instead. But this card's really good, especially since you can get it off of Super Poly, and it's just something else that you can go into besides Dragoon. 1 the Dark Magicians, because the Dark Magicians is really good. It draws you a card, it summons back when it's destroyed. It's just great. 1 Relinquished Animate, because Magician's Souls is a level 1, and you can summon Relinquished Anima, and a lot of people forget Relinquished Anima is a thing, unless you're like me and just summons to these two zones religiously, specifically because I'm terrified of this card, and the other card that steals monsters, I think is Generator Transverser or something. I don't know, the rock one. 1 Master of Chaos, because you play Illusion of Chaos, and this actually comes up. It's a non-targeting banish for every monster on your opponent's field, so it's actually really good, and it's really easy to summon. You can recycle your poly, and not poly, actually yeah, you can recycle your poly with this card, but you can recycle your Illusion of Dark Magic with the Soul Servant, so you can fusion every turn if you want to, if you have the Soul Servant. But yeah, it's really good, and it's really easy to summon. 1 Nightmare Phoenix just to get monsters off the board again, and it's a fun trap card pop, so it's good. 1 Dark Term Gloomy, every monster in this deck is a dark, so not playing this would be a mistake. It's just really good for extension and really good for everything, really. 1 Dark Eyes Red Dragoon, I would play too, but it's expensive, again, for no reason, since Verte is banned. But I guess Dark Magician cards be Dark Magician cards. 1 Zeus, because you do play what's it called, because you do play Xyz monsters. 1 Starving Venom Fusion Dragon and 1 Red Eyes Metal Flare Dragon. This one, again, you can switch. So this is Super Poly. This is in place of Draco Stapelia. I would play Draco Stapelia, but my friend lost my copy, so I'm in the process of finding a new one, but this is Dracostapelia. For all of those who know who it is, it's a super poly target. It's the Draco. It's a plant. It's a level, I think, 8. Negates an effect on the field. Basically, it adds a predator plant counter, but negates all monsters with predator plant counters on them. So it's like a negate every turn, basically. And it also changes their level, which actually does come up, because if you're playing a Synchro, Sword, Soul, or Xyz deck, then you can change their levels and they can't do squat. So yeah, it actually comes up. So Dracostapelia for this card, but if not, then you can play this card. It's whatever. It's a good card. It does burn damage. It's decent. But yeah, anyway, that's the deck profile. I hope you guys liked it. If also, if you have any recommendations for videos, maybe you saw a deck profile on my channel that you want to see more in-depth, not in-depth like deck profile, but want to see combos, or want to see like whatever. If you want to see how a deck plays against another deck, I have a branded deck, so I can show you like meta. I don't have Sword Soul. I'm in the process of building Plunder Patrol, but I don't have the adventure package because, again, I'm broke. But again, if you guys want to see anything, just let me know and I'll try my best to make it happen. And yeah, if not, then please leave a like, maybe even subscribe. And if you want, ring the notification bell for my videos. I'll see you guys later. I hope you have a great day.